TIFU by being that new motorcycle owner. I'm sure the title explains enough, but today I traded my old van for a motorbike. I brought it downstairs to park underground in my apartment complex and put it between the cage and my car. Unfortunately, my inner dumbass thought, haha, let's sit on it and have a rev, despite never riding a bike outside country dirt roads that were all tiny 50cc. I unfortunately managed to not only start the bike but managed to put it in gear and yeeted my butternut new motorbike into my neighbor's new Mazda. I've managed to limp upstairs and tell her what happened. The neighbor was understandably pissed, but thankful I was honest enough to tell her. I think my shin is fractured and I'm in a world of pain. I'm writing this from my bed with a crushing headache, waiting for my partner to dump me at the hospital. TL, doctor, me buy bike, me crash bike into neighbor's car literally 2 meters away. Dude, if it makes you feel better, I bought my motorcycle and my brother rode it from the dealership to a parking lot to teach me how to ride. Starting strong, girlfriend. I get on the bike, he holds it and says, here's the throttle and here is the clutch. When I let go, pull a little on the throttle and let go slowly on the clutch. Oh boy, I bet you can see where this is going. I swear to God, accidentally pull the throttle and pop the clutch, and hold on for dear life as my new motorcycle pops a 80 degrees wheelie and takes off down the empty parking lot. I managed to hang on all the way till I ran out of road, drove it into a curb, popped it, flipped the bike, and gravity dumped the heavy butternut machine 2 feet from where my head landed. Luckily I've got thick bones and was wearing gear, but coconut. My brother swears it was the coolest thing he's ever seen me do and wishes he got it on video. My mom was less than impressed. Embarrassed smiley face. My brother swears it was the coolest thing he's ever seen me do and wishes he got it on video. Definitely a brother's reaction. Ouch, on just so many different levels. I'm not even going to ask you why. So, edit, changed question. BMW F650, edit, a word. Yikes. TIFU by joking with the cleaning lady. This happened last night at work. I work at a car dealership. I had a customer here late in the finance office. Manager was out locking up and shutting off lights, so it was just me in the showroom. Shortly after close every night, we have a cleaning crew come out and take care of the place. One of them has been with the crew for a while now, so we've become friendly. She makes her rounds with the trash can and then goes to clean the reception desk, which I happen to sit directly adjacent to. As she's wiping the top of the desk, I decide to mess with her and say, hey, you missed a spot. She doesn't look up, just shouts back, really, where? I reply, right there on your left, it's literally a huge spot, you really can't see it. It's at this time that she looks over at me, pulls out her prosthetic left eye, and says, nope, sure can't. TL, doctor, tried to joke with cleaning lady about not seeing a spot, she popped out a glass eye on me. I think she won. She trolled the coconut out of your troll. What a G. She asserted dominance on you with her wireless eye. A guy who drank in my dad's pub had a glass eye. Guy sitting next to him didn't know and asked him to keep an eye on his drink while he went for a piss, came back and found an eyeball next to his pint and screamed, WTF is this? With a look of horror on his face, the guy turns around with a massive gaping hole in his head and says, well, I'm not zucchini using the other one, I need it. The other guy fainted and hit his head on the table behind him. Glass eye man feels really bad cause other guy had to go to emergency room and get 4 stitches and was telling people about it, and the old guy at the end of the bar who hadn't said a word all day just looks up at him and said, that's hindsight for you. Nearly pissed myself laughing. Zucchini, you zucchini played yourself. TIFU by rushing to get dressed this morning. For a refreshing change, this _did_ actually happened today. A little relevant background, I moved into our first bought house the weekend before last, and although the wife and I had last week off to move our stuff, the rooms are still a state. Booking only a week off was a bad idea in retrospect. Additionally, with the stress of starting work again and then coming home to what is effectively a bomb site at home, I didn't sleep well last night. My job mandates a flexible working schedule with core hours of between 10 AM to 4 PM that you need to be in the office for. I woke up at 9:15 this bright and sunny English morning after a crappy night's sleep and hurriedly start to scrabble through the piles of clothes littering exploring our bedroom, looking for some smart trousers and a shirt to wear. After trying on 2 pairs of trousers that didn't fit me, personally, I blame the stress of the move and Papa John's for their delicious pizzas. I settled on a nice pair of navy trousers and rushed my way into work. Now, a key piece of information here is that I, semi-intentionally, didn't wear underwear today, partly because I had little time, partly because of the aforementioned clothes piled everywhere, and partly because I simply couldn't be asked. Some days I go commando and I thought I'd be fine, but this would come back to bite me in the butternut, literally and figuratively. Skipping forward a bit, I'm crazy busy at work, so it isn't until this afternoon when I feel the call of nature. I plod my way to the toilet, sit down in a stall and drop through. It is at this moment that I realize that I'm staring at a 10, maybe 12 centimeters gap of floor tile underscore through the middle underscore of my trousers. After an initial wave of confusion, panic sets in and I realize that I must have previously split the seam on the trousers that I am now currently wearing without underwear. A second wave of anxiety then rushes over me as I struggle to remember whether I have sat or bent over today in such a way that would have caused me to expose my naked, hairy cheesecake or cheesecake and balls to anyone in the street or in my fairly crowded office. This split is huge, so I am now genuinely concerned at the thought of being called into HR for exposing my squid beak to my peers. Right now I'm stood outside, taking a break to write this with my legs firmly together, praying for the rest of the day to go quickly. Oh, and for me to not drop anything on the floor until I can get changed at home. TL, doctor, woke up late, put on trousers with gaping split in my arse crack underscore without underscore wearing underwear, and have basically run the risk of committing indecent exposure all day without realizing. This reminds me of first grade when I coconut my pants, left my underwear under the toilet, and ran away. How far is work from home? Can you not take a break to go home and change? Any tape or staplers you can use to fix the problem? It's a good 15-minute tram and then a half-hour drive home. I only realized they had split about an hour ago and it's currently 16:30 here in the UK, so I might just dip from work now. Also, I don't fancy walking around with spiky metal bits near my sensitive butt cheeks, so that's a hard pass on the staples. Ha ha ha, this hit home. I mooned a coworker last year when a big gust of wind flew up my skirt. Was awkward for a few days and the coworker didn't look me in the eyes for a while. I too wasn't wearing undies. Teehee, oof. I'd like to know what your job is, for a 6-hour workday and to be able to afford a house. I'm definitely in the wrong job. I work in local government in IT. Like I said, I work flexibly, so it's 37.5 hours a week, so I am going to have to make the hours up. Haha. How do you not have time for underwear? You had time to put on everything else. I couldn't find any, and like I said, sometimes I go without. Keeps the boys cool.